Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I hope all of you are doing good. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and please make sure to like the live stream. This is very important. Most of you are usually watching the live stream but are not subscribed to the channel. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the live stream. And also, if you're not following me over Twitter, 𝗟𝗁𝗽𝗏, this is my Twitter handle. I occasionally post market updates and calls and a few other things, giveaways, etc. over my Twitter account as well. So yeah, please make sure to follow me over Twitter. Once again, 𝗟𝗁𝗽𝗏, this is my Twitter handle. And if you would like to receive more organized updates, if you would like to have a more organized feed, you can always join the Discord server. The link you can find in the description of this video. We also have a campaign going on that I will be talking about towards the end of the live stream on Bluffin. So, we have multiple giveaways going on, all of them over my Twitter account. So yeah, make sure that you are following 𝗟𝗁𝗽𝗏. So let's start the stream. If you guys have any questions, any chat requests, or any question in general, please make sure to drop it in the chat box. I'll be taking the questions towards the end of the stream. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin. First of all, let's talk about the the most important event that we have in this week, which is going to be the crypto summit. So White House is hosting its first ever crypto summit on Friday, and it is expected that Donald Trump, he would be making some announcement related to Bitcoin strategic reserve. He already made an announcement back on Sunday in which he basically discussed the idea of Bitcoin strategic reserve, and he mentioned three or four coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum. Obviously, he tweeted later on that Bitcoin and Ethereum would obviously be included in that Bitcoin strategic, in that US strategic reserve, crypto strategic reserve. And the few other currencies he mentioned was XRP, Solana, ADA. ADA went, I guess, 80%, XRP went 20%, 30% up. Ethereum was, I guess, like 15% up, 20% up soon after the announcement was made. Bitcoin also pumped from 84, 85,000 all the way up to 93,000, and then we just had a sudden drop after the tariffs news. We had a sudden drop from 94,000 back to 82, 83,000. So first of all, let's talk about this summit thing. It could probably just be a sell the news event if we do not have anything important to, or if they don't really have anything important to announce. But it is expected that he would be making an announcement, or he would be proposing a strategy related to Bitcoin strategic reserve. So I would really advise that you guys keep an eye on this, especially the announcements that are being made related to macroeconomic events, also something that we'll be talking about later on. But yeah, this is the most important event of the week. We have announcements, we have expected announcements at the White House crypto summit. A few important people have been invited, like CEO of Coinbase. Then we have CEO of MicroStrategy also being invited, Michael Saylor. Then we have Bitcoin Magazine CEO being invited, Robinhood CEO, Kraken Exchange CEO, and then a few other important influencers. They have been invited on this crypto summit. And one important thing that I would like to mention here is that uh, people are saying that most probably uh, the agenda or the strategy for the rest of the currencies, for the rest of the cryptocurrencies, especially the ones that he did mention in his last statement about crypto is going to be slightly different than Bitcoin. Okay. uh, you can see that Bitcoin strategic reserve is something the president is interested in. He spoke about it all during the campaign trail, and I think you're going to see it executed on Friday. But one thing is for sure, Trump has been making announcements about strategic Bitcoin reserve. He signed an executive order, I guess, in the first 4 or 5 days of his presidency, in which he um, said that they will try their best, or his administration will try their best to make USD crypto and AI capital of the world. So it was not directly related to or directly addressed towards crypto or Bitcoin in general, but it simply just said that they will be trying their best, or they will be taking all the measures possible to make US the AI and the crypto capital of the world. And surprisingly, one thing I was a little bit surprised to notice was that Trump so far has been keeping up with all of his promises, be it something related to tariffs, be it something related to immigrations, be it something related to crypto also in general. This is, I guess, the one last promise remaining. And let's see what he has to say on this. He already has formed a committee on that. He already has, the committee he has formed. They are already working on the suggestions, the legislations that would be required. But one thing is for sure, the crypto community, they are waiting for announcement related to strategic Bitcoin reserve, maybe a strategy that he would be proposing related to Bitcoin strategic reserve, and secondly, the 0% capital gains tax on crypto, right? This is something that everybody is waiting for. This is something that everybody is expecting, right? Uh, but one thing is for sure, obviously, this is going to be a big announcement if it's being made, right? 0% capital gains tax, or, a strategy related to strategic Bitcoin reserve, or if he mentions any other currencies in general, cryptocurrencies in general. But one thing is for sure, that's not what Trump can do just by signing an executive order. He would have to get the approval from Congress. They would have to pass the proper legislation in order to do that. So it could just be a sell the news event. If an announcement is being made, if an important announcement is being made on Friday, obviously in a short term, it's not going to be a sell the news event. You would most probably see price going up a lot. Okay, just like you saw back on Friday as well. And then Eric Trump, surprisingly, one thing that I was a little bit surprised about was that the first time Eric Trump mentioned ETH, it was trading around 3,200. Then we dumped all the way down to, I guess, 2,800. Then he made another tweet. We went down to, I guess, 2,500, 2,600. Then he made another tweet. Then we went down to 2,100, 2,200. So he has been, this guy, he has been miserably trying to pump his own bags. Even after the announcement that Trump made initially, which was related to Bitcoin strategic reserve, he mentioned XRP, Solana, and then ADA. Then he made another tweet, then he made another statement in which he exclusively mentioned that, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be included in it. I feel like that statement was forced by Eric Trump, okay, to push Trump into saying that, okay, please mention Bitcoin and Ethereum also, because people might think that, okay, Ethereum is not going to be included in the strategic Bitcoin reserve. But anyways, this is the this is all about the fundamental news part. This is what we are expecting on Friday. In terms of the macroeconomic events, there has been this trade war going on, this tariffs war going on. Trump, when Bitcoin was back at 94,000, 95,000 on Sunday, as soon as the markets opened, Trump once again mentioned that the tariffs that were once delayed, I guess, to April, with Mexico and Canada, he said that they would go in full effect immediately from the start of the March, and now they are already in effect, right? They would go in full effect from the start of the March, and that's why market once again dumped from 94,000, 95,000 all the way down to 82,000 yesterday. And once again, the news from the center is that today Trump is going to make an announcement about maybe slightly delaying the tariffs once again, because one thing is for sure, nobody wants tariffs, right? China already has imposed tariffs on some US products. Canada is taking some kind of similar measures. Same is the case with Mexico as well. So nobody wants tariffs, not even US, not even Donald Trump. This is being just used as a leverage technique. This is just being used to get the small demands approved from different countries, we are definitely not going to see these tariffs, remain for a long term, which means that every now and then you would see these kind of statements being made. We were around 99,000 when the first time the tariff thing was mentioned, and then we went straight down to um 78,000. Once again the announcement was made, sorry, from 1 or 2,000 down to 91,000 the first time tariffs were mentioned. And then once again, as soon as the markets opened, the tariffs were delayed. When he first talked to the Canadian Prime Minister and then the Mexican President or Prime Minister, and he delayed the tariffs, and once again price went all the way up to 102,000. If you guys remember, that's where we opened our short position, this short position right here, and we TP'd this full short position around 86,000. So once again, similar things related to tariffs were mentioned. Price went down to, I guess, 78,000, 79,000. Once again, a statement about strategic Bitcoin reserve was made. Price went up to 95,000. Once again, tariffs were mentioned. Price went down to 82,000. Once again, tariffs were delayed. We went. Now we are back at 89, 90,000. Okay, so I don't know what's gonna happen. He is the headline guy. Every statement he makes is in itself a headline. So he is, Trump, he's obviously very unpredictable, right? So anything could be happening. So instead of focusing on I'm even thinking about creating a bot which would alert me as soon as a statement is being made on his Twitter account, on his Truth social media, or any other platform by Trump. I'm literally thinking about, creating a bot so that it simply just DMs me over Discord or any other platform, so that next time I don't even miss his, any of the statement that he makes. Even last Sunday, when the announcement was made about, Bitcoin strategic reserve, this was the first candle that you saw, if I'm not wrong, right? In the first 4 hour. And then you still had 4 hours to react to the news. But at that time, Bitcoin obviously was trading under this resistance level. In the next 4 hour, when he mentioned Bitcoin and Ethereum exclusively, you had another 4 hour candle going all the way up to 95,000. Okay. So let's talk about the chart part. This is the news from the fundamental side. I know that you guys can research on it on your own as well. Market right now is heavily news driven. It's heavily driven by news and macroeconomic events. So it would always be a good idea to keep an eye on news. All right. Let's talk about the charts. First of all, let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin right now is trading at 89,680. Okay, this is going to be a very important US Open. I know this thing that every time we do this live stream, it's usually around the US market open, New York Open, and every time I do the stream, I mention the same thing. But this actually is going to be a really important New York Open, because price right now is sitting at a very crucial level, right? If we manage to reclaim this level, then we can definitely go back up to 94,000, 95,000. And if we create a deviation above this resistance area, then we can go back down to 82,000, 83,000. I'm not taking any short in Bitcoin right now. I'll be, explaining the complete plan to you, or where exactly I'm planning to take the short position, where exactly I'm interested in, taking a short position on Bitcoin, and that's going to be a big short. If you are following me over Twitter, if you're following me over Discord, you would already know about this, that I have been talking about the big short, right? So the big short, it's going to be there. We just have to wait a little bit. One very solid opportunity that we had on this big short was when Bitcoin was trading this neckline of this double top pattern, right? I'll be talking about this double top pattern also, because in my opinion, it's very, very important. And there is a high likelihood that if the Friday event turns out to be a sell the news event, if there is no special announcement being made, then most probably you're going to see price going back down to this region. And then there are two trend lines also. First one is this one that can easily, take us down to 73,000. And then there is this another trend line that most people are not paying attention towards. This trend line I recently found out, this one right here, which can easily take us, all the way up to 115,000, 116,000, or at least up to 105,000. Obviously we had a break below this trend line, but right now we have this, downward forming trend line, and then we have this upward forming trend line. So, I'm not really sure which one we are going to break first, but it heavily depends on the Friday's event. Once again, if no announcement is being made, then obviously we would have price breaking below this downward, this upward forming trend line. Okay, so once again, Bitcoin right now is trading at 89,500. and we are sitting right above this right above this level. I wouldn't really say that this level has been fully reclaimed. Okay, now the reason for this is because this can very easily be turned into a deviation move. We are sitting above the 4-hour quarterly VWAP, you can see that, and then we have 1 day 12 period exponential moving average also, and then we just had rejection at this yearly VWAP EMA average standard deviation line. So it's very hard if I just turn off the rest of these dynamic lines, because I just want to have you know, smallest possible amount of noise on the chart. If we just focus on these two things right here, you can see that we have this very important dynamic line, right? I have not shared this indicator before. This is the average of yearly VWAP and EMAs. The time frame for EMA is 1 day and the selected period is 200. This is a very important dynamic line. You can see that price is most of the times reacting to it. We had bounce off it, then we had a break above. This was because of the news. We did not react at it. Then we came back up. We had a small reaction at it. Then we came back under this dynamic line once again, and now we are once again reacting at it. So it's a very important dynamic line. But you know, instead of just focusing on these dynamic lines, because there are too many right now, okay, we can just focus on an alternative chart, which is USDT dominance, and we'll be talking about once again that part later on. First of all, 90 plus people are watching the live stream. Only 37 of you have liked it. I would really appreciate if you would like the live stream and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Going to be a very interesting one in my opinion. So we are sitting right on this support level. The next resistance is going to be 92,000, and then the next one is 95,000. So in case you wish to play this level by level, you should know that we are sitting on this not very strong support level, a small support around 89,500. Then we have next resistance at 91,500 or 92,000, you can say. And then the big resistance is at 95,000, which we, where we have too many confluences present in this region around 95,000. Again, this would most probably give you the best possible risk to reward ratio as well. So it really depends on how the New York opens today. If we slide below this support level once again, this would simply just be considered as a deviation move, and there would be a high likelihood that price would eventually go back down to 84,000, 82,000. But if we manage to break above, then I'm not taking into consideration this resistance right here. And the reason is USDT dominance. If we break back, if we manage to go back above, if we manage to hold this support level, then most likely we are headed towards 95,000. Before I explain all of these things any further, there is this one short position that I have open right now. And after a very long time, I actually shared a position on my Twitter account as well. I'm usually not sharing too many free trades. I know this thing, people are always requesting me, but this short trade I did share on my Twitter account as well. And in the free Telegram channel also, you can see that this is a trade for auction. And if you did not take this trade, you can still do that. If price goes back up to the entry 12.250, this was an entry point, and a very good short position in my opinion. It's looking really good, and I have not de-risked it yet. I have not moved the stops to break even on this short position as of yet, although it's almost like 5% down from the entry point. I have not done anything with that because I'm planning to hold this position for I'm planning to treat this as a swing position, because we have like 1 day 12 period exponential moving average. Then we have quarterly VWAP also present around here. Then we have a very important point of control present around here. And even if we look on the daily time frame chart, you can see this and decide for yourself that we are we were actually retesting a very important resistance area. We have already broken below a very important resistance area. So even if the retest happens, even if price goes back up to this level on auction, I'm still, comfortable holding this short position for a long period, right? Because I believe that this can easily go back down and at least take out all these lows, because we just had a break below this trend line. We had stops placed below these lows, and these stops, they have not been taken out as of yet. So very likely, and this coin has been looking very weak in comparison to the rest of the market. One thing, this is looking very weak. It was last night as well. It was looking weak in comparison to the rest of the market. You can already see in my watch list, I have Orca short, auction, TST, XION, SNX, SFP, SCRT, ZBCN. If I show you any of these charts, all of them are looking good short positions, right? You can see that on Orca, 1 second. Orca, you can see that I'm just waiting for the retest part. Auction, we've already taken that. TST, you can see that this is another short position we can take. XION, you can see that it's sitting at resistance but looking slightly risky. I'm not going to take this one because it's only a $50 million market cap coin, so I'm not gonna touch this one. SNX, you can see that it's already sitting at resistance, 1 day 12 period, and 4-hour quarterly VWAP. It's getting rejected at, same as the case with SFP. It's also sitting at resistance level. SCRT is sitting at resistance. ZBCN, no, it's not, but this one, whatever you would like to call it, right? High. So all of these coins, they are either retesting the resistance levels or going towards the resistance levels, right? Boba, also another example. You can see that it's retesting this resistance level and going down. The reason why I did not take this one, or why I did not share this one, was because it has this downward forming trend line, which means that there can be a breakout towards upside. Yeah, please make sure to like the live stream and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so I have like so many of these short positions that we can take. All that I'm waiting for is for price to maybe give us a hint that it's breaking below the support level, and then I would try sorry. Okay, so all I'm waiting for is for price to break below the support level, right? And if we continue to go up, then we have a few short positions, which I'm waiting for retest on. Okay, I just showed you all of these coins in my watch list, and then there are 10 other also that I have in the alert section. You can see that 𝗪𝘁𝗶𝗵 also, it's headed towards the resistance level. 𝗨𝗃𝗃 also, this one is going back up to the resistance level. So yeah, we have so many of these short positions that we can take. Send also, you can see that it's headed towards resistance. Turbo also, it's headed towards resistance. Now, obviously we cannot take all of these short positions, right? This is a mistake that I guess we did last Saturday as well. We took a short position on SCRT. We had one on LDO, which was actually a very good short position. LDO went down almost, I guess, 20% down from our entry point. We had short on LDO. Then we had short on SCRT, then we had on Tau as well, then we had like 2 or 3 other short positions. The mistake that we did was, and obviously you cannot really call it a mistake because all of these short positions were really good. We only kept 2 short positions at the end. One was LDO, which was a good decision, and the second one, I don't exactly remember, but that one also was a very good short position. It should be somewhere here in my watch list. It was almost a scam coin, but yeah, we at the end we only kept 2 short positions, and those were like really good, right? So the mistake that we did was aping into too many short positions, and we had to close the rest of these short positions break even. The same mistake I'm not going to repeat, to be honest. I'm just wait for market to give me a solid hint that okay, it's headed towards in one direction. Safe, yeah. Another short position was in Safe, which actually went down almost like 10%, 12% down from our entry point. LDO went down 20% from our entry point. So yeah, we at the end we only kept these 2 short positions. The same mistake I'm not gonna do. I'm not going to repeat this time. I would wait for market to give me a solid reversal signal, and then I would ape into maximum 2 or 3 short position. That's it, because this is crypto market. Nobody was expecting Trump to make an announcement back on Sunday, but it did happen. Market made a huge move. I was getting so many DMs from people. I was getting so many anxious DMs of people saying that okay, what we have to do with our short positions. And my response at that time was very simple, that okay, we will stick to the plan, because all of these shit coins are actually trading at their daily resistance levels. So no matter what Trump is saying, no matter what anyone else is saying, we should be simply just sticking to our plan and taking these short positions. At the end of the day, we had to de-risk the short position, so we closed some of them break even, and we only kept 2 short positions open, which was, in my opinion, not a bad decision, right? So this time, wait for the US Open. The plan is to wait for the US Open, which just happened right now, and then wait for price to either break below the support level or go back up to this resistance level. And that's where I would be planning to take a few more short positions. I'm not really sure. I'm not really expecting the market to immediately make a reversal around here, because so far we have been holding above this level. And if you look at the USDT dominance chart, which is the next thing we have to talk about, on the USDT dominance chart, we had a very small bounce of this support level last night, okay? And whenever you have a very weak bounce happening, okay, this is usually an indication that, okay, price is not going to hold above this level and most likely it's about to break below, right? Last night also we had a very solid indication because you can see that on the hourly time frame as well, we had two equal highs, okay? On the hourly also and on the 4 hour time frame also, we had two equal highs, and the simple man theory once again coming into play. And this is exactly the thing which just stopped me from aping into short positions last night, okay? Bitcoin was getting rejected at, Bitcoin even made a small move at this resistance level. It was, 4 hour quarterly VWAP and 1 day 12 period exponential moving average. The only thing that stopped me from taking the short position was these two equal highs on the USDT dominance chart. So the simple man theory, you would see the equal highs, you would take a short trade, you would see the equal lows, you would take a long trade. In this situation, because it was equal highs on the USDT dominance chart, it's negatively and inversely correlated chart with Bitcoin, so it was expected that this would go down and Bitcoin eventually would go back up, right? So right now you can see that Bitcoin is still sitting at the support, right? You cannot really call it a support because there has been no consolidation above this level. It's just holding above this region, right? And on the USDT dominance chart, it's still trading under this resistance level, right? So anything could be happening. Maybe it would simply just create a deviation move. Deviation is a very difficult thing to judge, right? Obviously, because you would have to wait for price to go back up, then give a retest and just go something like that, right? But if we break below or if we get rejected around here, then most likely we are headed towards this level. This is now a confirmed deviation. If I show you that, and some of you were asking me in DMs about the TVEM band indicator that I recently launched. TradingView, for some reason, just in a matter of few days, we had 600 plus users. It was working extremely good. It was a very popular indicator, but TradingView, for some reason, once again, has taken down my script saying that because I combined 2 or 3 previously used indicators into one, and that's why it violates their house rules, and that's why they had to take down the script. So I am basically talking to someone who is experienced in publishing scripts on TradingView. I would see how exactly we can move that script once again. We can just try to publish that script once again, but for some reason TradingView hates me. Every time I try to publish a script, they would give 1 or 2 reasons. The last time I published the script, they said that because you have not given a very very detailed description of how indicator works, so our moderators were not satisfied. They were not able to understand how the indicator is working, and that's why we are taking down your script. So this time when I published it, I had a whole description written on it, a whole essay written on the description of the indicator, and they were satisfied with it. But then after 10 days, after 5 or 6 days, sorry, they once again took down the script saying that because you have combined 1 or 2 previously used indicators into one, because that indicator was based on ELD VWAP, exponential moving averages, and few other dynamic lines. They said that because you're combining 2 or 3 different indicators into one, which in their opinion is not serving any great purpose. I don't know why exactly they would say that, because there are like thousands of different indicators available in TradingView that are doing the same thing over and over again. So the mistake that I did was, apparently that I combined 2 indicators into one, 2 or 3 indicators into one to create something, new, which in my opinion was a really great idea. But they said that since their moderators were not satisfied, so they simply just took down the script once again. So yeah, TVM is still running well for me. Yeah, for those of you who were able to already apply it on your charts, it will keep on working for you. But for any new users, you cannot search it by going into the indicators tab because they have just taken down the script. The only way that you can do that is by DMing me. I would share the script with you, and then you can simply just use it, right? The reason why I'm talking about TVEM is because that's where exactly the price bounced off from. I have been saying that TVEM band, it's a very strong indicator. It's a very powerful indicator. You can see that back when Bitcoin was trading in the range 95,000, 94,000 up to 98, 99, that was mainly because price was not able to break above this TVEM band. Okay, you can see this thing, rejection. And by the way, we're talking about daily 12-hour. So this was a period of at least 2 or 3 weeks that we were trading in the very same range. Someone is asking in the chat, is TVEM useful? You can see this for yourself, okay? You can see this and you can decide this for yourself, that if TVEM is useful or not, because price on any of these charts is most definitely reacting to it, right? So you can see that we had rejections at the TVEM band, we were rejecting off it, and then finally when we had a break above, it works the very same way as the traditional support and resistance levels would, right? Which means that the first retest, most likely it's always a successful retest. So in this situation, you can see that we had a break above, then we came back down, we retested this TVEM band once again. This was a very nice, good retest, and we just bounced off it, right? So this was the reason. On one side, I'm always saying this thing, on one side, you can talk about the fundamentals. You can say that this dump on Bitcoin happened from 95,000 because Trump once again mentioned, having tariffs on Canada and Mexico. He once again, mentioned the statement. He once again made the statement saying that the tariffs are going to resume from March. But on the flip side, you can simply just look on the technicals and you can say that no, that was not because of the fundamental news, that was because of the technicals, because on the chart, this was the first retest of TVEM ban, and you can see this for yourself. This was the first retest. It was most likely going to be a successful one, and this is when Bitcoin was trading around 95,000, and it sent Bitcoin from 95,000 all the way down to 82,000, 81,000 once again, right? So this is a very strong indicator, and we have the market open 7 minutes ago. So far, we can see that this is happening to be a deviation move, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a deviation move, because if you would draw the fib levels from the start of impulsive wave, from the end of impulsive wave, you can actually see this for yourself that price is bouncing off 61%, 65% fib level. Same is the case with Bitcoin also. If you would draw the fib levels, okay, from the start of impulsive wave to the end of impulsive wave, price is actually getting rejected at 65%, 61% fib level, right? But it's too early to say anything. We still have 1 hour and 21 minutes for the candle to close. So in order for this to be a confirmed deviation, price has to close a 4-hour candle below. We know that around the US market open, we usually have some kind of volatility taking place. So yeah, that's the only reason why you would see price going up and down a little bit, right? Auction is a short position that we are already in. If it took this short position, it was moving around the entry price for quite some time, so you could have taken that short position. It was an easy short in my opinion, still looking good. We'll see when to move the stops to break even, but yeah, that was a good short position. Another one, TST I'm looking at, Orca I'm looking at, XION I'm looking at, XNX I'm thinking about giving. I'm thinking about shading XNX also. So by the end the live stream ends, I would recommend you guys keep an eye on my Discord account, on my Discord server, or wherever you are, wherever you are following me, keep an eye on that channel, and I would be sharing another trade very soon if we manage to close a 4-hour candle above, right? So regarding USDT dominance, I would show you the function of TVEM band. You can see this for yourself that price had a break above, then came back down, gave a nice retest at this level, and then we just had a bounce off it. So one thing is for sure, that a deviation at this support level has been confirmed. We had a break below the support level, a brief break below the support level, then we came back up, which means that this is a nice deviation. And if you could trade this chart, what you would do is that you would place a long trade around here, you would place a stop somewhere around here, and then you would simply just take a long position. Obviously, you cannot trade USDT dominance, but you can see that I already have the alert set around here. I would set another alert around here, okay, in this region. So that's going to be your trigger to close any short position on Bitcoin if you have one open, okay? And if we go back down to this level, okay, you can start taking any long positions on if we go back down to this level, you can start shorting Bitcoin. And if we go back up to this level, you can start going long on Bitcoin, because we have deviation on both sides. We have deviation on this side as well, just above the resistance level, and then we have deviation just below this support level also. So now it's only a matter of time. If it goes back up to this level, you take a long position on Bitcoin. If it goes back down to this level, you take a short position on Bitcoin. It's still too early to say anything. It's still too early to say which side are we going towards. So yeah, it's just best to wait for price to go back up to this resistance or this support on the USDT dominance chart. It's very hard to make the prediction looking at the Bitcoin chart, because it's been already looking very scammy. You can see that price just had a bounce from I guess 1 day 12 period, not 1 day 12 period, actually the quarterly VWAP. So price just had a bounce off the 4-hour quarterly VWAP. So most likely it would just be reacting. You can see that we had a rejection at this quarterly VWAP, then we came back up. Now we are bouncing off it, but it really depends on what kind of reaction we see happening around here. If we go back below this dynamic line, then most likely we would go back down to this TVEM band, right? And someone who asked about TVEM band, you can see that TVEM band, it's not just working on the USDT dominance chart, but it's also working in the very same manner on the USDT chart as well. So you can see that this bounce that we saw happen on the Bitcoin chart around 79,000, 78,000, that was mainly because of TVEM band, and this was the retest of TVEM band after a very, very long time, right? So TVEM band, once again, it's a very useful indicator in my opinion. You can always DM me. I would share the script with you, because as of now, that's the only way you would be able to use a TVEM band. Okay, so this is the update about USDT dominance. This is the update about Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance also, because Bitcoin dominance is very fast approaching this resistance level. You would have to be careful with any short positions, because if Bitcoin dominance goes back up to this level, most probably it's going to have rejections around here. Lately, it has been very easy to open positions on altcoins. In the context of Bitcoin and USDT dominance, it has been slightly difficult because of all the news events and macroeconomic events and all that. But in the context of Bitcoin dominance and others.d, it has been absolutely easy. A Bitcoin dominance has been trading in a range. If it goes back up to this resistance level, and if you see Bitcoin going at a support, you start taking long positions on altcoins, because if Bitcoin dominance goes down and Bitcoin bounces off the support level, you should be in long positions. And if on the flip side, Bitcoin dominance goes back down to support and Bitcoin is at resistance, you can start taking short positions. So we would have to de-risk our short positions, or we need to be careful with any short positions, because if USDT Bitcoin dominance goes back up to this levels, that's when you would have to close any of your short position. And this is exactly why we are back at 89,751. We just had a very strong bounce at the 4-hour quarterly VWAP, and this is exactly why I'm saying that instead of aping into any position right now in the first 1 or 2 hours of the US market open, you just need to wait a little bit. And lately I have been noticing that the best time to open a position is usually around 4 p.m, 5 p.m, 6 p.m. These 3 hours are usually as per the UK time, right? So 3 p.m, 4 p.m, 5 p.m, 6 p.m. UK time, these are usually the very good times. Lately have been very good times to open any longer short positions, because that's when you get to see the real reaction, and you usually have very small window, very small opportunity to catch a move, and then the rest of the move happens for the next few hours, right? So on the Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see that we are fast approaching this resistance level. And once we go back up to this resistance level, if you are I don't really think that Bitcoin is going back down to any support anytime soon, but at least you would have to de-risk some of your short positions if you have too many open. And that's exactly why I'm not opening too many short positions right now, because Bitcoin dominance, if Bitcoin was hitting into 94k, 95k, and Bitcoin dominance was hitting into this support level, I would have definitely opened short positions, because that was a double blow to altcoins. Not only Bitcoin would have been at resistance, but Bitcoin dominance would also have been at this support level. But we are getting the opposite situation, in which Bitcoin is hitting into resistance level, yes, but at the same time Bitcoin dominance is also hitting into resistance level, which means even if you open any short position, that's not really going to work for you, right? At the same time, total 2, you can see that it's right now trying to reclaim this support level. The next resistance is present somewhere around here, and that's exactly when, because we had a deviation above this resistance level on total 2. So you can wait for total 2 to go back up to 1.15 trillion region, and that's when it's right now at 1.11. You can wait for it to go up to 1.16, and that's exactly when you can start taking a short position. So taking a short position on any of these altcoins, people are usually very frustrated. They're usually very upset about why exactly their positions are not working all the time. The reason is because you're not paying attention to all of these different indices, right? Bitcoin also very important. You would have to look at it, total 2, total 3, Bitcoin dominance, or this .d. So you'd have to make sure that all of them are properly in sync with each other, and that's when you can start taking longer short positions. Also on the TVEM band side, you can see that TVEM band has been very nicely reacting to this this level right here. It's been very nicely reacting on the total 2 chart also. And that's exactly why I said that TVEM band, it's not just useful on the Bitcoin chart or on the USDT dominance chart, but it's also equally useful on any of these other charts. You can see that we had a deviation above the TVEM band and above this resistance level. So I'll be more focused on short positions. Hopefully, if we get a move up to 93,000, 94,000 on Bitcoin, and then on top of that total 2 going up to this resistance level, that's when I would mainly be focusing on opening any short position, right? Also on others.d chart, it's a very same thing. If you remember the last live stream, I did mention this thing that since we had a deviation below the support level on others.d, I already have explained a deviation in some of my previous live streams, so I need not to repeat that part once again. If you are interested in learning about deviation, you can also go and watch these previous live streams. But you can see that since we had a deviation below the support level in others.d, and now we retested this support, whenever you have deviation below support, retest is always most likely a successful retest, right? Same is the case with resistance. If you have resistance deviation, then the retest of that resistance once again is a very good opportunity, right? So in this situation, that was a good opportunity to build any long positions, which was exactly like a few hours ago, almost like 18 24 hours ago, 20 hours ago. You had good opportunity to pick some altcoin long positions. But right now you can see that others.d, it's sitting at the same resistance level, daily resistance level that we have talked about over and over again. Nothing much is going to happen with altcoins for as long as others.d is sitting at this resistance level, at this daily resistance level. And then you have this trend line also, which is forming, and which is, by the way, looking a little bit risky, because once we break below, that's going to be game over for altcoins once again. Similar kind of trend line, we had a break below, which actually triggered a massive sell-off on all of these altcoins. One short position that I have been looking for on Bitcoin, the big short that I have been calling it, is this one right here. It's going to be very risky, especially keeping in mind that there is this crypto summit coming on Friday. Any announcement could be made. Market is right now heavily driven by news events and macroeconomic events. But if we completely ignore all of that, you can start building, or you can start taking a massive short position or big short position on Bitcoin, because you can see that we have this double top pattern. Okay, double top, for those of you who don't know about the double top pattern, it's usually a very strong reversal sign, right? In an uptrend, it's always formed at the end of an uptrend, and double bottom, it's always usually formed at the bottom of a downtrend. But the authenticity of a double top or double bottom pattern is not confirmed if price is not breaking below the neckline. And in this situation, all the conditions have been fulfilled. Price had a break below this neckline of double top pattern, came back up, gave a nice bearish retest at this neckline, then dropped further. Because we had a deviation above this resistance level on the daily, on the Bitcoin chart. So most probably, this could be the deviation retest, and this would ultimately take us back down to 74,000, 73,000. But it heavily depends on, once again, if we get to see any announcement or not, or if the Friday event happens to be a sell the news event or whatever it is, right? So it heavily depends on the Friday's event, but this could simply just be a deviation retest. And be very careful, because we are approaching a zone. We are right now trading in this range in which the region is getting narrow and narrow and narrow, right? So we have this upward forming trend line, and then we have this resistance. So there could be a massive break towards upside, or there could be a massive break towards downside. So that's why you need to play slightly carefully, because once we have a breakout in one direction, that's going to be a massive buying opportunity, a massive selling opportunity. I'm still hopeful that we can catch a nice decent short position. I don't have too many confluences pointing out that we should be shorting exactly at this point. I'm still waiting for better short position around 93,000, 94,000. That's the only trigger I'm waiting for. But there is a high likelihood that if no announcement is being made, if no solid roadmap is being presented in terms of Bitcoin, strategic reserve, and the crypto market in general, then you could see Bitcoin very soon, just in a matter of few days, back at 73K. And this no longer feels like a pipe dream. This no longer feels like something impossible, because you can see that we already had a move down to 78,000, right? So for any bears, there is still an opportunity to short, and this could very well be a generational opportunity for you to short Bitcoin all the way down to 73,000, or maybe a bounce happens from there. But if a bounce is not strong enough, it could simply just take us back down to even like 44k, 53k, who knows, because this is a very strong reversal sign and we should be paying attention to it, okay, especially considering that we had a nice break below this level. Trend lines, they're very important. You should not be underestimating the importance of trend line. We had a similar kind of upward forming trend line when I warned you back at 94k that we will be having a break below the trend line. This is exactly what happened. We had a break below the trend line, then we came back up, we retested this trend line back again. This is called the bearish retest of trend line. If it was not if it was not the news event, if it was not the Trump statement, I would have definitely shorted Bitcoin around 94,000 when this trend line retest was happening. But because there was a news event, and that too was happening not at a time when market was open, but actually on Sunday, which is always a very risky approach, okay, if you are if you're doing something based on news, and market reacts positively or negatively to that, as the very next day the US market opens, then obviously you can find yourself in trouble, right? My ears, what happened to your ears? Okay guys, so that's it from my side regarding the update on Bitcoin, USDT dominance, total 2, total 3, Bitcoin dominance, others.d. If you have any specific questions, please make sure to drop in the chat box. We are breaking below the support level. No, we are not. We are still sitting on this support level. On the Bitcoin chart, we are still sitting on the support, and that's why I'm saying that there is still 1 hour and 7 minutes for this candle to close. The way we are sitting at this support, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 3 or 4 hours we actually break below. But it's very hard to predict anything right now. I think that if you're looking for short, wait a little bit. If you're looking for longs, wait a little bit, because it really depends on USDT dominance. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, but actually more focused on the USDT dominance chart, because it's giving you very solid clues as to what's gonna happen in a short time. Can we get an analysis on Link? Let's take a look at Solana quick. I had a good shorting opportunity on Solana when the announcement was being made. Let me show you. 1 second, Solana. Okay, so you can see that this was a very good shorting opportunity on Sol back on 2nd of March when the announcement was made, because this was the resistance level on Sol. You could have shorted it somewhere around here. Same was the case with ADA. Same was the case with XRP also. If I show you the chart for ADA, you can see that this is the chart for ADA. Okay, I actually had a long position also on it. I did not share it, but that was a very good long position, because I already had one long position open on XLM and then another one on HYPE, which actually went like 12%, 13% up. But this is the position I'm talking about. ADA had a nice rejection at this resistance level, then came back down. It nicely retested this support level. You can see that that was a very good support retest, because we had a break below. So that was a very good opportunity. Price has almost always been reacting at this level. We had a bounce, another bounce, we had a rejection, then we had price going back up, bounce, then we have price going back down, rejection, then we had price going back up. So this was, in my opinion, a very good opportunity to go long or buy a spot ADA, because you can see that it almost already gave us a 22% move, right? But for now, it's still sitting under this resistance level. And considering that you had this wick, there could be a few orders that are waiting to be filled. You can still go long on ADA, placing a stops just below this low. And let's set an alert around here. And especially considering that Trump has already mentioned ADA, XRP, Solana in his statement. And ADA was a coin that went up the most, almost 80% as soon as the announcement was made. He is using Lord of the Rings hammer tool for support and resistance. Yeah, you would have to do it manually. Like you have to draw. This is just rectangle tool. You would have to draw the support and resistance things manually. You cannot have an indicator for that. Bircher is asking, what was your biggest mistake in trading and what did you learn from it? I cannot just say that it was one mistake. I cannot even say that, one of them was the biggest mistake, because I don't really think that I have made uh like any big mistakes that have impacted my financial situation or my psychological situation or my physical health in any negative way. I don't really think that I have made like too big of mistakes. I know that people actually liquidate their accounts as well. I have made losses. I have made uh, losses worth 100K, 200K as well. I made a loss on Bitcoin once. It was worth $94,000. So uh, I don't really think that those mistakes count as really big mistakes. But yeah, every now and then we are making these mistakes and we always learn from these mistakes. In my opinion, you should not really be, uh, these failures are not there to, set you back from your journey. And especially when it comes to trading, I'm always advising people about this, especially when it comes to trading. It's such a difficult profession that every single day, uh, when you wake up and you look at your setup, you sit on your desk, you look at your setup every day. It's always a new challenge, right? So no matter how experienced you are, no matter how good you are, it's always a challenge for you, because unlike the other jobs where if you learn something, it becomes a lot more easier for you. But I have been trading for the past 7 years, and I'll be honest with you, every day it's a new challenge. Every day you have, and you cannot just ignore those challenges. Okay, sometimes they would affect your mental health, sometimes they would affect your physical health also, sometimes you would have an emotional turmoil also. I have, somehow made peace with the fact that this is something that you cannot ignore, okay? Because I have, every few weeks, we have a challenging situation, be it in terms of trading, be it in terms of managing our server, be it in terms of, something related to administration, be it something related to, you know, any other thing. It could just be anything, right? It could be in the form of a broken relationship. It could be in the form of not having enough finances. It could just be anything. So every now and then I have made peace with the fact that this is something that you cannot avoid. Okay, it's part of the life. There will be challenges, there will be meltdowns, there will be situations in which you will find yourself completely helpless. So just go with the flow, and you cannot ignore it. So instead of stressing about thinking that what could be the next challenge or what exactly could be the thing that would you know that would make me fail in this journey, you should simply just enjoy the journey, right? You should simply just go with the flow, because you cannot predict the future. You cannot just make any assumptions about it, and you cannot just keep on stressing about thinking that what exactly your future is going to be. So just go with the flow, do your best, give your best, and whatever comes your way, you just have to deal with it. Even if you're crying, even if you are feeling completely helpless, even if you are uh, you know finding yourself in in a good situation, if even if you're happy, you should always remember that this too shall pass. So no matter how good of a situation this is, no matter how bad of a situation it is always going to pass, right? So you cannot just ignore this fact, in my opinion. Do you think that hey Sherlock, do you think that prop trading is worth it? Yes, it is worth it. There have been recently some good prop firms like Breakout. I have personally tested Breakout. I have personally looked into Breakout. They are legit. Okay, I've personally talked to them as well. They are legit. I've personally tried the Breakout prop firm, and just for testing purposes, because prop firms are mainly used by people who do not have enough capital. I'm already myself using 23 exchange accounts. So my problem is not lack of capital, my problem is lack of position sizing, right? Because every exchange has a limit on position sizing. So that's why I'm required to use more and more and more exchange accounts. And it becomes very difficult when you're managing like 23 exchange accounts. It happens to me a lot many times that you forget to close a trade on one of these exchange accounts. So yeah, My problem is not capital, my problem is exactly the opposite. And this is what I'm always telling people, that even even if you have big capital, you would always have big responsibility also. So bigger the capital, bigger the responsibility, bigger the challenges as well. So yeah, prop trading, it's definitely worth considering. And there are like two or three famous prop firms. One is Breakout, which in my opinion is the best one. The second option that you have is of Hiro Trader, which in my opinion is not very good, because they have very ridiculous kind of they have very ridiculous kind of rules. They have rules about risk management, they have rules about I don't know, position sizing, they have rules about stop loss also, they have rules about news trading also. Like, there are, you see, I have talked to Breakout as well. The prop firms, they can only be profitable if you are failing more and more and more challenges, right? If you look at the stats of prop firms, I'm not making up any of these stats, they're publicly available, right? If you look at the stats of prop firms, there are only 0.01% people who actually make it to the funding stage. So you have phase 1, then you have phase 2, then you have funding stage. Even when you are in the funding stage, even when you are already funded, you would have to be consistently profitable to keep that prop firm trading account, which means that it's a constant challenge. It's not a one-day job. And the people who are actually consistently profitable trading prop firms, if you look at the data, if you look at the stats, the number is only 0.01%. And that's why you have seen recently have seen a complete rise in these prop firms. And you would be surprised to know this thing. I was talking to someone from Breakout who's actually working there, is in a responsible position, and they told me that their profit margin is above 60%, right? So you can imagine whatever they're giving away, and they are processing withdrawals worth $85,000, $100,000. The biggest withdrawal that they have processed, it was, I guess, 85,000, 86,000. They are processing millions of dollars in terms of withdrawals. But at the same time, the guy is telling me that their profit margin is still, even with no strict rules, even with no stop loss rules, even with the best possible rules that you can find in the industry, okay, in the crypto prop from trading niche or industry, they have the best possible rules, right? They have the most favorable rules, but despite all of that, they still have a profit margin of 70%, 60%, 70%. So you can imagine that what kind of industry this is. It's not a scam. Once again, there are like two other prop firms also. One is Hiro Trader, which is being run by some Austrian people, which is being run by, I don't know, some East European countries. They honestly, the people who are running the show there in the Hiro Trader, they even look like scams to me, okay, because they don't even speak English properly, and they honestly look like scams. Even if you read their rules, they have a whole bunch of rules, and they can only be profitable obviously if you're failing more and more challenges, okay, if you're failing more and more accounts. That's the only way that they can make money. And that's why you would see that prop firms, they have a very strict kind of rules, they have hidden rules. They would require you to, Hiro Trader says that if you place a trade and in the first 10 minutes you don't place your stop loss, and stop loss has to be 3% of your position size, of your, sorry, account size, then they would automatically liquidate your account and you would automatically fail your account. So they have a rule about news trading also. They have a rule about the weekend trading also. They have a rule about risk management also. They have a rule about stop loss also. There is a whole bunch of rules that you can imagine, and this is the only advantage that they have, and that's why they would never ever let you uh, uh, pass those challenges, and it's not in best of their interest, right? And the funniest part is that this is something that I confirmed from Breakout as well. They're not even A, booking your trades, they're B, booking your trades. So when you are when you are failing the challenges, they're not losing something, because not you are not losing on the real account. So I don't know how many of you are aware about this or not, but in the prop firms industry, you have basically these two very important terms, A booking and B booking. A booking means that your trades are actually placed in the market, and B booking means that your trade is not placed in the market. It's simply just a simulation, right? So if you are failing the challenge, you are losing money on the challenge, you lost $10,000 on the challenge, you basically did not the prop firm, they basically did not lose anything. They actually made money from you losing that account, because they don't have to pay you any longer, right? So I confirmed this from Breakout. They're actually a B book. They're actually B booking your trades, which means that even if they are processing, now you can imagine all of this. You can basically fit the pieces of the story. Even when they are B booking your trades, they are keeping your trades in a simulated environment, in which means that if you made $100,000 off a trade, trading on Breakout, they would have to pay it from their own pocket, and they have been doing it. The funniest part is that they have been doing it. Despite all of that, they still have a profit margin of more than 60%, right? So you can imagine that 99.9% people are just failing the accounts over and over again. I was talking to the community which sells these Breakout accounts, and they told me that on average, each member of their community is buying on average 5 trading accounts. Okay, 5 trading accounts from Breakout, and more trading accounts are being failed. More and more money is being made. Okay, so that's why I did not introduce Breakout in the first place, honestly, because I thought it's much better to, instead of trading in a simulated environment, it's much better to simply just trade on an actual account and see where exactly it goes, right? So yeah, that's my take on the Breakout thing. And on the prop trading accounts in general, you have this another one also, crypto funded trader or something like that, CFT it's called. I have not tested it. I have not even tested the _𝗏𝗏 one, but yeah, Breakout I've personally tested. I've personally withdrawn almost like, I guess, $2,000 off it. Then I got bored and I said, okay, it's not working for me, and I just quit that account. It's still, the account is still with me. If any of you guys want that account, I can give it to you. I will buy lifetime Foxian membership if you stream GTA 6 on the release date. I don't play any of these video games. I don't play any of these video games. I've never done that. I used to do that, I guess, maybe like 12 years ago. When I was just a kid, I used to do that. I used to play all of these games, but now, since I don't have enough time. Yes, I still play Call of Duty Mobile. So I'm on, I guess, level 140 or 143. So yeah, I actually do that very often. Okay, so one final request to all of you. If you are just watching the live stream, if you are new to the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please make sure to like the live stream. 90 plus people are watching the live stream, which is a very good thing, but only 68 of you have liked it. So please make sure to like the live stream, all right? How old are you? I'm only 24. I'm 24 right now. Okay, so make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to like the live stream. 90 plus people are watching it. Only 68 of you have liked it. So yeah, please make sure to like the live stream. All right. Amnesia is saying Call of Duty Mobile. Bro, it's not a small thing. I have a Fold 6. I have a Samsung Fold 6 just for playing Call of Duty Mobile. So that's a flex in itself, okay? So next time you judge me, you know that I have a Fold 6 just for playing Call of Duty Mobile. I don't have anything else to do on it. And secondly, we have this giveaway going on our Twitter account. This is the giveaway. These are details about giveaway. This is a very important thing. I want all of you to listen very carefully. Foxian is my Discord server. You guys can obviously join it. We are offering a free 14-day trial to all of you in Foxian. Okay, we have 17 plus different analysts. We have, I'm also personally sharing my calls and everything, market updates and all, a more organized feed in comparison to Bitcoin. You can simply just join the Discord server. The link you can find in the description of this video. You will be eligible for a 14-day free trial. The only condition is that if you have a Bluffin account, okay, even if you register a new one using a referral link, which you can find in the description of this video also, or in the bio of my Twitter account, or you can simply just, if you already have a Bluffin account, you need not to worry. All you have to do is just simply open a support ticket in Discord and give us your UID, your Bluffin UID, and we would convert your account to our referral link, okay? And that's the thing which would make you eligible to claim that 14-day free trial in our Discord server. Secondly, we have this campaign going on. Whatever amount that you would deposit in your Bluffin account, you would get 10% of it back in your account, right? So let's suppose you open an account using a referral link. or even if you already have an account, you would deposit $10,000 into it, you would get absolutely free $1,000 in your account. And depending on the volume, based on your trading volume, you can win all of these different, prizes as well. We already have people who won, some of these prizes. AirPods, if you have million plus volume. If you have like, PS5, you can also win. You can win iPhone 16 Pro Max. You can win, MacBook Pro. You can win Apple Vision Pro, depending on your volume. And we still have like, 60 million plus volume on our trading account. So you can definitely win all of that. Okay. So these two campaigns are for you guys. Even if you're not actively trading, you can still register on the Bluffin account, and you would get 10% back, in your wallet as soon as the campaign ends. I guess the campaign is going to end on it's going to end on 7th of March. So you just have 2 days. The link you can find in the description of this video. The link you can find in the bio as well. Are you available on any platform for copying? Yes, I'm about to very soon launch the copy trading thing. We are going to have a very limited number of spots available, but only for those people who are actually trading using a referral link on Bluffin, right? So all you have to do is register on Bluffin. If you already have an account, join the Discord server, share the UID with me. You will be eligible for a 14-day free trial on Foxian. So join the Discord server, and thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. See you in the Discord server. Make sure to join the Discord server. That's not really going to cost you anything. The link you can once again find in the description of this video. Join the Discord server, open the support ticket, request for a free trial. We would offer you the free trial, and you can be a part of Fox, right? How many phones do you use? I only have 3. I just have 3 phones. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great week ahead. Thank you.